Hey there, it's Silver Wolf. Thank you for joining me, and happy full moon. Full moon in Aries. This is considered the harvest moon, and it's also the first of actually two full moons in October. The second one, full moon, actually a blue moon, will be on October 31st, so that's pretty cool. Full moon on Halloween. So we're dealing with our first of two full moons in October. And I'm going to do this for each sign, so I will timestamp this video so you can go into the description and find out which time your reading begins based on whatever sign you're reading for, sun, moon, or rising, or all three. But anyway, I'll go ahead and get started with Aries. Hi there, Aries. Happy full moon. I'm going to pull five cards to discuss what the full moon is illuminating for you, what themes might be coming up for you, and how you can fully harness this full moon energy to your potential. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle just a few times for you. I'll pull out five cards. And then we'll go from there. Alright. Aries. And this is a full moon in Aries, so this is definitely your time, right? Okay. So the cards I pulled out: Three of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Five of Cups, and Three of Pentacles. Okay, Aries, you have an independent streak a mile wide, and you know that, right? So I think this full moon for you, based on what I see in totality here, this is going to be a moon of realization for you. This is going to be one of those moons where you you like to be independent, you like to make your own decisions, but you're kind of relying on others. You're kind of being supported by others, or you're being supported by something in your life. So it's not just you. You're also having to be mindful of other energies in your life that are there to support you, because you're coming out of a period of intense sorrow or heartbreak, and so you kind of need that support system. And it is kind of interesting when we go through upheavals in life and conflicts in life, and then we kind of land hard on the ground, but then we kind of look around us and then we see that we actually do have support, that there is support there even at your lowest time, even at a time that might be frightening to you or might be uncomfortable to you. Four of Cups suggests a certain type of stability, but the type of stability that might feel stagnant. And you certainly don't like to feel stagnant, Aries. However, it's time to sort of let it go, let bygones be bygones. Whatever was said in the past, hurtful words, dealings with people that just didn't work, all that sort of thing, betrayals, losses, disappointments, but you still are surrounded by everything that you need. You still have that support system, even if it feels like you're not really getting anywhere. It's more like you need to take a step back and allow your cup to be filled. Because you have already exhausted yourself with something, with a relationship, with a situation, with a job, with a career, with a project or something, and in reality, you actually do have quite a bit, but you're kind of you're still focused on whatever that past hurt was, that whatever that past pain was, that sorrow. And so it is kind of hard to see what you have in front of you, that you actually do have quite a bit there, that you actually do have support, and that you do have the ability now to move forward into collaboration, into trusting other people again, into opening yourself up to other people again. And that is what the Three of Pentacles is. It's usually working together with other people in sort of a either like a business sort of way, or in a like physical world growth. So, you know, owning what you've been through, releasing what you've been through, realizing that you still have quite a bit in that releasing, and that you're not alone. You're never alone, even when it seems like you might be, even when it seems like things are just kind of maybe not even moving forward for you as quickly as you'd like. But you do see that sometimes you have to slow down in order to heal what is broken, what is you know, what has weighed on you for so long. And all of that release, all of that, you know, that trust in your support system, the trust in the universe is going to yield to you moving into a situation that's definitely going to help you, that's definitely going to feel like you're a part of something. So this full moon is kind of shedding a light on, yes, you have been hurt, but you mustn't let those hurts come in the way of your future successes and your future goals, and your ability to work in a group, your ability to work towards something with other people, and be able to trust other people, and to be able to open up to other people enough to be able to work together for prosperity, to work together for you know, a new life. So yeah, this fire moon is shaking you up. You know, you might feel triggered. Something from the past might come back to kind of jolt you a little bit, and you're just like, you're just not ready for it. You don't even want to deal with it, because you never want to deal with it. You don't want to have to face you know, hardships. You know, you kind of want to keep it you want to keep it light, you want to keep it fun, and sometimes it's just not fun, you know. Sometimes you really have to shine a light on what's going on in here in order to fully resolve it and then be able to move forward. So I think the moon is showing you a couple of different things. You know, it's triggered you, but it's revealing your support system, that you actually do have quite a bit, and that you're not alone, that you have people around you, or you have systems around you, structures around you that are actually supporting you, so that you can make that healing journey, so that you can move on to bigger and better things, so that you can move on to trust others again. So that's just kind of what I see just from these 5 cards. Yeah, Aries, you know, if you do feel triggered, remember to take a deep breath, and just remember that this is all part of life. It's all part of growth. And in order to get to the next level, there are things that you have to resolve in here, in order to see the resolution out here. So I hope that was helpful, Aries. Take care. Hey, Taurus, happy full moon. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards, lay out 5 cards, and the question I'm asking is, what is the full moon illuminating for you? What are you able to see in the light of the full moon? What are you able to notice? And how are you able to use this energy to progress? Go ahead and shuffle. Okay, the first card I got says the Devil. We got the Hermit, 3 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. Alright, the first one I'm going to start with is the Devil. So the full moon might be illuminating maybe some self-doubt. Maybe you've been sort of hopeless recently, or just kind of down in the dumps even. And it's also been sort of like the world, kind of is working on you a little bit. Things can kind of bring you down, if you just take in so much noise, there's so much outside interference all the time, and it can get in your head, and it can make you feel kind of, lost, confused, and so you really felt the need to go within. You've really felt the need to kind of like step back from everyone and everything, and like shut everything down and really just get back to you. And there is relief in that. There is benefit in that. You actually do feel in the light of this moon almost like giddy, because things might have been kind of hard for you, and because this is a harvest moon, because this is a fire moon, it's full moon in Aries, it does feel more like a positive moon. It does feel more like you kind of have a reason to breathe now and relax. And you're also seeing that you do have the support. You do have the support there, whether that's the support of family, whether that's support of friends, whether you have a positive situation with your employer, or whether you you just feel like you have all of your ducks in a row, you have everything kind of worked out, and that you kind of see that you have put in the hard work, and that you're not done with the hard work, and that there's going to have to still be more work that needs to go in, and that you're going to have to be patient with it. But I think you're kind of moving away from this hopelessness, this like, I don't even know what's going on, I'm a little leery of the world type of energy, I just kind of want to shut down, into, now I just feel a little bit more positive. I feel a little bit more uplifted, because I see how far I've come, really, and how much I have, and that just really does make me feel good. It makes me feel light. So yeah, you're moving from a heavy energy into a lighter energy, it looks like, from here, because I usually read, when I pull these cards, I always kind of read from, it's like almost like the past sort of influence into a future sort of influence here. So I read from left to right, and so this is kind of what I see is like, you just had it. You're like, the world is just disappointing you. People in your life might be disappointing you. People in your life might be, upset, worried, confused, and that makes you confused, because you're a very sensitive person. You do feel what other people are feeling, but you also crave a sense of order, and you want things to be plain. You want things to be kind of laid out, and to be obvious, and to be sensical, and it seems like a lot of things just aren't, and that has caused you to pull back into yourself. But in that pulling back in yourself, you've kind of hit a more positive streak, really. I mean, because sometimes when you just shut down everything else and you just get back to you, that can perk you up, getting back to your creature comforts, getting back to hanging out with friends that you love, celebrating, and reaping in, the good life, really. This is the good life. And knowing that there's more to come, and you like to work hard. Working hard is kind of like your bread and butter. Working hard for prosperity, being dedicated. So, don't worry about this, because this is simply just an influence that's moving away now. And really what you're moving into is a period of celebration, a season of celebration, and a season of plenty, and a season of having enough, having enough, feeling like it's enough, feeling like you're enough. You don't have to save the world. I know you'd love to. I know that you have many ideas about how you can make the world better. But the most important thing is to focus on your world, make your world as good as it possibly can be, and that will radiate out to others, and that will be, that will influence others, and that will inspire others to also focus on what's good, you know, because things are good. There are a lot of good things, good positive things. There's good positive things in your personal life. You know, just because, you know, you might see people struggling, you might see the world struggling, does not mean that you don't get to be excited for your life. It doesn't mean that you don't get to be excited for what's going on in your life, you know. So hold on to that, you know, hold on to those feelings of harvest. You know, Three of Cups is a harvest card, and this is a harvest moon. And you know, you have and you have reaped quite a bit. And you know, you see in this card, I don't know if you can see, there's fields behind him. There's a lot of crops growing. So yeah, I mean, you know, a lot has come already, and more is to come, and that's definitely making you feel celebratory. And yeah, like I said, that recent pull back into self has also helped you recenter as well. So, you know, the full moon is showing you that, showing you, yeah, stuff's hard, but your life is good because you have worked hard to make it good, regardless of anything else. You're the captain of your ship. So I hope that was helpful, Taurus. Take care. Happy full moon, Gemini. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. I'm going to lay out 5 cards, and I'm asking the question, what is the full moon illuminating for you? You know, what are you really seeing about your life? What are you seeing about your progress? This is a harvest moon, so the focus is on what are you harvesting right now? What are you bringing forth right now from your hard works and your efforts? All right. And also, how are you using this moon's energy to make changes and improvements in your life? Let's see. Okay, 1, 2. First card is the 10 of Wands. Second card is Temperance. Third card is 2 of Swords. Fifth card, 5 of Pentacles. Last card is Queen of Cups. Okay. You felt like this moon is actually kind of showing how what's really been going on for you is that you have been working your little tushy off, maybe almost to a detriment to yourself. There is a push towards getting everything in your life to operate at optimal capacity, and that would really be helpful to you, and you know it would be helpful to you because sometimes you can be disorganized, you know, so it does help to have that element of I want balance. I want to balance this out. I want to get myself right. And you've received a little bit of pushback for that. You know, maybe that's not something that is immediately something that you have to work on. Maybe you implement one thing that you discover about yourself, and then all of a sudden there's more things that come up to be reviewed, more things that need to be processed, and that's all part of that, trying to find that balance, to try to find that even keel, you know, you're fully sharing your resources amongst themselves, and nothing is left to chance, nothing is wasted. But it does seem like the more you try to push ahead, the more that you get pushed back on just by life, you know. And what it really is asking you is maybe it is time to and actually I got this was for October for Gemini, was that Gemini need to pull back a little bit and take stock and almost like shut everything out, resolve what's going on in here before trying to dot the I's, you know, in your environment, before trying to solve the problems around you. There is a problem that needs to be solved within you, and I think it has something to do with this 5 of Pentacles, which is this, you know, overarching feeling of lack or FOMO, or you're just not everyone else is moving on without you and you're not, or you're just not where you want to be, you don't feel secure, you just don't feel right. And what that is calling for, this full moon, is like, you need to nurture, you need to go within, shut it down, go within, because this is what you want, right? This is what you're looking for. And the way that you have to do it is you have to nurture yourself. Queen of Cups is all about nurturing, all about tapping into intuition, tapping into emotions, resolving emotions. And yes, emotions can be messy. There could be stuff from childhood. There could be stuff from your early life, your past relationships that are coming up right now in the light of the full moon. And you're looking at what you've reaped, and you're like, I don't feel like I've reaped anything. It's not true. It's not true, Gemini. You have. But what is really being presented to you is, hey, maybe you're doing too much. Maybe you're trying to tackle things that just aren't to be tackled right now, that just aren't to be resolved right now. It's just something that you might have to, some things that you might have to put on the back burner until you can come back to it in a balanced mindset, because your mind and your emotions are not agreeing right now. So you need to find that cohesion, and you need to resolve what is it that's making you feel like you don't have enough, or that it's not enough, and how can you give that to yourself naturally through your emotions without having to dive into immediately trying to fix everything in your life. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you don't like that. You don't like the idea of having to like stop and stay in place for a second to try to gather yourself. Of course not. You wanna move forward. You wanna get to the next thing. You're restless in that way, but that restlessness that that you're not quite accepting about yourself is causing some of those feelings of, I just don't have enough. I'm not gonna have enough, which is not necessarily true. It just might be a mindset that you're allowing yourself to fall into, because you're not getting the forward motion that you were looking for. You're overburdened. There's just too much going on, and you might be overbalancing yourself or underbalancing yourself, type of thing. And that's just all about that restlessness that is kind of part of who you are in a way. And that's all that's going to come down to. This moon is telling you, you gotta nurture yourself. You gotta maybe tap into your creative side. Get quiet. Get meditative. Get reflecty. Do some journaling. All that kind of stuff. So Gemini, it will calm down for you, but there are some inner stuff you have to resolve, and that's what this full moon is. This full moon might be like triggering for you too in that way. It might be like, good God, I've spent so much energy and time and effort on something, and it's just like for what? Why did I even waste all that? And so you might be reevaluating that. So I hope that this was helpful. Happy full moon. Happy full moon, Cancer. I'm going to shuffle your cards and pull out 5 cards with the question, what is the full moon illuminating for you? What's it showing to you? What's it urging you to reflect on? And since this is the harvest moon, what are you harvesting right now? What are you reaping right now? What's coming up right now? And how can you harness these full moon energies? We're going to see what the full moon has to say for you. Okay, Cancer. So, cards that came out: Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Sun, and King of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, the full moon is showing you that you are deep in transformation, that things are changing for you, things are looking up, things are turning around. You're hitting your streak, you're hitting your mark, And that all comes with brand new energy, fresh ideas, fire, you know. And, you know, Cancer, you're more, you know, you're more sensitive, you're more homebodies and everything, but you've just felt this, you know, intense need to just get out there and do something different. I see a lot of, you know, searching for fun, searching for creativity, for joy, for being able to put your mark in the world. I see that with the King of Pentacles, that you really just want to be safe, secure, able to do whatever you want in life, able to go wherever you want, able to interact with the world in a new way, in a more open, a more secure way. But I think you're perceiving that there might be some conflict in your midst, but I don't think that you should worry about that. I think that that's just more because in your past anytime you have tried to kind of go forward in life, you do receive pushback, you receive criticism, and maybe you were a little bit, maybe the criticism was a little harsher, you know, to you. But you're stronger now. Like you're in a different sort of energy anyway. You're in the energy of luck. You're in the energy of chance and fortune and change, and so you are in a new energy. And I don't think you quite realize that you are in this new energy. That when you go to do the things that you want to do, that maybe you tried to do before and it just didn't work out. Maybe it was just too frustrating, or there was too many people that were just not for you in that moment. But I think the next time you go to do these things, that you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And I think the moon is just trying to encourage you. This seems like an encouragement. What I'm looking at here is that, yeah, you might have had, you know, past couple months might have been a little trying for you, a little troublesome for you. You were a little worried that you were just going to disappear almost. And like, you know, you might have been staying home a lot, and you're no stranger to home. You like home, but there does come a time where home is just, you know, you've just been there too long. You get cooped up. You want fresh new experiences, but you're also hesitant for that too, because you know, it's a little bit of conflict, you know, inner conflict, like, should I go here, should I go there? Or, you know, there could also be, for some Cancers, that, you know, your life is changing, it's getting better, it's improving, but you're kind of wary of competition. You might think that someone might be after what you've been working towards. I don't think it's that. I think it's more just people are just a little more sensitive right now. I think people are trying to figure out where they fit in this new sort of paradigm we're in. Like, you know, and I think that might cause friction with people that you know. And I think that that's natural. I think that's normal. When you kind of come out and you announce this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do this, and they're like, oh, well, you know, really? And you just need to hang on to that optimism, though. Don't listen to the haters, you know, don't listen to the naysayers, because if you embrace that optimism, you will see this energy, King of Pentacles, just really just having it all and being able to manage it all. So, you know, I don't think you need to worry, Cancer. I think that this is a positive moon for you. You know, if you get the urge to do something and it's just overwhelming, you know, of course, just check the pros and cons and then dive in. You know, this can be a diving in energy. You know, just kind of embrace it. Go for it. Go run through the meadows or whatever, because, you know, every positive move you make towards your happiness is going to only yield more security for you, which security is a bonus for you, Cancer. You are always looking for a sense of home, a sense of peace, a sense of security, of, you know, warm safety, security blanket. So I think you just need to embrace these changes. They are difficult, but it's a positive sort of change. even if it's scary, even if you're afraid someone's going to be upset with you, if you decide that you're just going to be happy, you're just going to be positive. Actually, the Cancer October reading, if you go watch that, very positive. This is a great month for Cancer. So go check that out. But this looks really positive, Cancer, and I think that whatever, you don't have to worry about hurting anyone's feelings. They'll be fine, I promise. And actually, after you get past all that and you get onto the other side, they're gonna look at you and be like, oh, cool, and everything's gonna be fine, and all that worry that you did will be for nothing. So this moon is telling you, don't worry, have fun, jump in, do what you want to do, as long as it hurts no one and it's going to be for your benefit. Yeah, looks like that's it. Thank you, Cancer. Hi there, Leo. Happy full moon. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards and pull out 5 cards with the question, what is the full moon illuminating for you? What is it showing to you? This is a harvest full moon, so what are you harvesting? What are you bringing in? Alright, the cards I got were 8 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the High Priestess, King of Wands is the final card. So, yeah, looks like you're looking to move forward, Leo. I think that you're the moon's kind of illuminating something that you're over feeling trapped, you're over feeling imprisoned, you're over feeling like limited, like you just can't, you can't move to your full potential. And that's all changing though with the light of this moon. You're seeing that your fortunes are turning, that you're not necessarily going to stay stagnant anymore like you were. You're not going to necessarily stay imprisoned. You're not going to necessarily stay in that energy of fear anymore, that you actually are moving forward, and that this is exactly what's on the horizon for you. This is what's fair for you. This is what's been coming a long time for you. And you might be having to also possibly resolve some, I wouldn't say legal issues, but just issues of making the right choices, heart and mind and soul all together. And like you're reassessing how you have been, how you've been towards others, how you've been towards yourself, how you've been treating yourself. And there is an element in this moon that you just know, like what you want, what you need, what is necessary for your growth. And I do believe that this is pushing you towards this King of Wands energy, towards this adventuresome energy, towards this fiery energy, really, because you really are fiery. Leos are definitely fiery, so it's like knowing what you want, knowing that, knowing where you might have went wrong, knowing where you went right, knowing where others have gone wrong, knowing where others have gone right. You know what's coming down the line for you. You know what you deserve. You know your worth. But you also understand that, in order to access this energy, this fiery leadership energy, this adventuresome energy, this forward motion energy, you have to know it. You have to know what you want. You have to know what you need. Know what's right for you. Know what you deserve. Know your worth. I probably already said that, but it is very positive in that you're moving away from this trapped, almost like you don't feel seen or heard sort of energy into, it doesn't really even matter if you are seen and heard, because you're going to get exactly what you deserve, exactly what you need, exactly what is fair. And yeah, if people have been, if people have gone up against you in the past, have betrayed you, hurt you, or caused you sorrow or pain, it's almost like the wheel is going to turn now, and that's all going to just get refreshed. It's just going to get kind of washed away, so that you can have that renewal, so that you can see things for what they really are, more so than, you know, you're not seeing illusions anymore, you're seeing truth now. The truth. You are seeing the truth. You're seeing the truth of your being. You're seeing the truth of who you are, and that you are this magnanimous creature. You are this this leader. You're this bubbly, open, charismatic person who is going to get everything that they want. But we all have to go through this. We all have to experience this energy sometime in life. We all have to get triggered, and I think that this moon is triggering you. It's like you're like, damn it, I wasted all that time worrying and fretting and everything, when really it's the good stuff that's starting to come in. That's what I need to be focused on. And so yeah, you're just letting that go so that you can focus on this new energy that you're in. But yeah, Leo, I think that this is, you really are, you're in your knowing, you're in your power, you're in your fire right now, and this is a fire moon, it's an Aries moon, so yeah, you like the fire. It definitely helps you get ahead in life, so I definitely see this as a positive push towards your goals, your overall dreams. So I hope that was helpful. Happy full moon, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, and then pull 5 cards with the question, what is the full moon illuminating for you? What is the full harvest moon bringing to your life? What are you harvesting? What are you reaping? And how can you use these energies to pull forward in your life? Okay, recently you have, well actually I'll tell you what the cards are first. We have the 4 of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords, we have the Magician, and we have Temperance. Okay, alright, the full moon is showing you, almost like you're seeing what you have, and it's quite a bit. It's quite a good thing. You have a sense of home, a sense of peace, a sense of community, cooperation, but you're getting a little anxious about it, because it's like you see how good you have it, and you're imagining, or you're worried about what might come into to mess it up, to get in the way of it. And this is just this is more you than actually something that's happening in your life, because maybe in the past there were things that came in and ruined your happiness and messed things up for you, and really just bothered you. You know, it could have been people in your life that were that caused conflict, that stirred stuff up and so this is stirring up old anxieties for you, because you see how good you got it, you see how good things can be, you see how good things can progress, and you're starting to get a little suspicious maybe, or like a little just kind of worried that it's maybe it's not even necessarily real for you, or that it's going to get taken away, or that something's going to come along and it's going to mess with it. Because I mean, let's face it, we all are experiencing heightened levels of anxiety, especially this year, and this moon is very fiery, so yeah, it might stir up your nervousness a little bit, it might excite you a little bit, it might make you a little jumpy even. That's kind of what I'm seeing in the first. It's like, oh, things look so good, but you know what happens when things are good? The other shoe drops. It's kind of the energy that I'm kind of getting here at the beginning of this reading. However, the moon is insisting that no, yes, things might have been kind of crappy before, you know, people might have come into your situation and just completely just messed your shit up, you know, or, you know, people said that they were going to be there and they weren't there. You know, people were like, oh yeah, we're with you, we're for you, and then they just turned around and weren't. So it's bringing up those old fears again. It's bringing up those old, you know, you're a little mistrustful of people and their intentions. But you shouldn't be worried about that, because it doesn't matter what people's intentions are around you. It doesn't matter what they're trying to get out of you. You're the magic one here, okay? You're the one who has done a lot of work. You've gotten yourself this far. You have resources, you have skills, you have know-how. You're less affected by the world. You kind of set your own pace now, versus in the past others set the pace for you. Now it's more you're setting your own pace, and that's causing you to have greater balance within. And so I think the full moon's just trying to show you that yes, those anxieties are lingering there. That's very much on the surface, but in reality, you know, you're much more on top of it than you think you are. You're much more capable and able. You're much more magical than you've ever given yourself credit for. And in that magic, you are experiencing greater harmony, greater balance. So, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing to be wary of other people. It's not a bad thing to be suspicious of other people, because, you know, people do use people. It's you know, it's a truth. I mean, it happens. And you just, this is so good, this feels so good, and you're just like, when's the other shoe gonna drop? And this moon is telling you, that's not what this is about this time. This time it's about you, your growth, your progress, your skills, your temperament. And so it's not gonna matter what anyone else does. Plain and simple. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. They can't reach you. You've grown too much. You've done too much, and you have this. This is not going to go away. The moon is saying this is here to stay. This is here to stay. This is for the long haul. Whether this is, you know, whether this signifies home or just signifies greater acceptance of your place here in the world. So it's not going to matter what other people say. It's not going to matter how other people are feeling towards you. But it will matter to get your anxiety under control and just kind of be like, hey, things are not as bad as they feel or seem, because actually this is actually what's going on. I'm ready to leap, and I'm feeling balanced, and this moon is really just kind of pushing that to you. It's just like, you've had disappointments. Maybe back when you had these disappointments, these setbacks, you weren't quite ready, but this moon is saying now you are. Now it's time to leap. Yeah, and you know, I'm trying to remember the Virgo October. Yeah, go watch the Virgo October reading, because I think that there's more of that that I address in there. But anyway, hope this was helpful. Happy full moon, Libra. Go ahead and shuffle your cards. I'm going to pull out 5 cards with under the question, what is the full moon in Aries illuminating for me? What is it shining a light on? And how can I use those energies to move forward in life, to get what I want in life? Whatever it is that you are heading towards, Libra, because Libras are, I feel it, like the October 2020 reading, Libras were working on something, literally like working on business, working on putting their mark out into the world. So you've been kind of working on something. So let's see what the full moon has to say about all of that, Libra. Eight of Pentacles, Death, the Chariot, Nine of Pentacles, and the Empress. Wow, Libra. You see that? It's kind of bright. Okay. Wow, Libra. Yep. Them skills, though. Yeah, you've been working on you've been the artisan, hard at work in the shop lately. Like I said, like I was saying, like your reading in October said. So the moon is like, yes, you are a highly skilled person. You are really like using those skills, those creativity, what you've learned in the past to kind of put forward to this new venture. But it has been requiring you to move into a different energy, maybe an energy that you might not necessarily have chosen for yourself, but the transformation has kind of been thrust upon you. And in that transformation, you are steadily moving forward. Okay, the Chariot is all about moving on, moving ahead. It's just your time has come, is usually how I see with the Chariot. And that is yielding you prosperity, dude. Like straight up prosperity. And the Empress is here too. So abundance, prosperity, creativity, endless supply. Whatever you are working on, whatever you've been building, it is really taken off. It's really supporting you. It's giving you the ability to do more of what you want to do, plus incorporate more of what you want into your life. You're on fire right now, and this moon is showing that to you. It's like you are a highly skilled person, highly skilled artisan. You've been through a lot more than you would have chosen for yourself, a lot more than you probably would have wanted. But since you've been through that tunnel already, you're seeing that, whoa, my horses are running forward, and all it's doing is just showering me with prosperity. All it's doing is just allowing me to be the ruler in my life, and allowing me to really feel that security, and to feel that abundance, and to move forward in that abundance. So like the October 2020 reading for Libra is all about you being literally on fire this month, like moving forward, getting the help you need, getting the resources you need. So go watch that for sure. And I just knew that that's what was going to come out when I put these cards out, was the supreme prosperity. Like, like you got it all, dude. Like, and you have enough to share too. So not only are you getting prosperous, you are making others prosperous too. You are providing an avenue for other people to also, feel that prosperity, or, maybe you've created like, maybe you're creating a business that can have little offshoot businesses even. And so it's not just you that's moving forward, it's also everybody that's close to you as well. So it's like you're providing like a vehicle for, you're just going to be riding a truck around town and just like doling out the goods, that's how prosperous you really are. That's how able you really are. So I think that's really good. It's going to be a great month for you. And the moon is really just showing that to you right off the bat, right out of the gate. So by next full moon, who knows? Who knows where you'll be, Libra? Happy full moon, Scorpio. So go ahead and shuffle your cards, lay out 5 cards. We're asking, what's this full moon illuminating for you? This full harvest moon in Aries. Where's the fire being lit, in your life? And how can you work with these full moon energies? So we're just going to get a little bit of a read. And Scorpio. Scorpio. Wow. Okay, so the cards that popped out. Knight of Cups. Queen of Wands. Page of Pentacles. The Hierophant. And Four of Wands. Okay, this full moon is showing you there's a new offer. New offer of love, new offer of companionship. The full moon is really showing you that, hey, either someone you know is coming in with an offer for you, or you are the harbinger of the offer. I think that it's probably you, since you have the Queen of Wands next and the Page of Pentacles. So, you know, you're embracing a new job, a new financial opportunity, and it's tying into you living life on your own terms, living life by your own means, and doing things that you want to do when you want to do them, type of thing, being your own boss, being your own, really really moving yourself forward, you know, not really waiting on anybody else to do it for you, doing it for yourself, and embracing like this new, whatever is an offer. It might be a new job, it might be a new friendship, a new contact, or something that kind of helps you push through to this new sort of opportunity, this new opportunity for wealth or prosperity or something like that. Something positive, right? Something that you need, and that, you know, you're being looked to, almost like you're being looked up to by others at this time. So the Hierophant can signify, you know, a structure, some sort of order. It can also signify staying calm and relaxed, you know, in stressful situations, possibly, or that you're somewhat of a leader. You might be somewhat of a, I don't want to say spiritual leader, because it's not necessarily a spiritual leader, but it's someone who definitely inspires others to live their best lives. And I think that you're really doing that, and because you're able to do that, you're able to build that sense of lasting peace, that sense of lasting, you know, home, and friendships, and love, and it's something that's enduring. It's something that's not necessarily tied to a place. It's something that you kind of create. You kind of create the grounds for this, you know, this kind of joyful, uplifting, prosperous sort of way, you know. And people are your friends, your family, whatever, are looking up to that, are looking up to you, because you're just so skilled at being able to create avenues of prosperity, avenues of fun, and, you know, creativity and everything. It's because you know what you want. That's kind of a feature of you, Scorpio, is that, you know, you're a very intense person, but that intensity is because you very much know what you want. You very much know what kind of life you want to live, and so, you know, because you are assured in that, you know, you're assured in the type of life that you want to live, that is why you attract opportunities. That is why you attract prosperity. That is why you attract people that you can help. And, you know, and it's all about this. It's all about this sense of home, this sense of peace, this sense of foundation that is really allowing you to move on. And the October 2020 reading for Scorpio, I think Scorpio kind of was gonna have to make some decisions this month, and like maybe some tough decisions, like maybe you know, having to reorient yourself and reorganize so that you're just not burnt out. But with this, the full moon is saying, you know, burnout notwithstanding, you definitely are a leader. You definitely are a giver of opportunity. You're a grantor of opportunity. And that probably will feel pretty good for you, because if you're able to offer it, then that means that you have it, and that you have an abundance of it. So I'm seeing this as like a really positive realization for you. It's like I'm at peace, I'm at home, you know, no matter where you are, you're at home, you're comfortable, you're able, you're capable, you're competent, and it really shows, and it's really allowing you to be a good role model for other people, which is important for you. You love other people, you're a family person, you know, you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of people that you want to help, and you are able to help by stepping into your prosperity, stepping into your worth, stepping into your power. So this is the full moon for you, Scorpio. I hope that was helpful. Happy full moon, Sagittarius. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards and pull out 5 cards. And the question is, what is this full moon and Aries illuminating for me? What is this harvest moon bringing in? What am I reaping? And how can I use that to move forward in life? How can I harness these energies, this fiery energy that's coming with this full moon? It's a very special moon. I feel on fire too. I'm looking forward to seeing how this month plays out. And Sagittarius, you had a pretty awesome October 2020 reading, so please go and watch that. It's very positive. So hopefully the full moon has something very positive for you. Great message for you. Let's see. Yep. Alright. So we got 6 of Swords. We got 7 of Pentacles. We got 10 of Cups. We got Queen of Swords. And we got the Tower. Okay. This moon is illuminating a transition. You are transitioning, you are moving on, okay? Change is difficult sometimes, but you like change, you like to keep it fresh, so this is probably welcome for you. It's also illuminating that you've worked very, very hard, and a lot of that is coming in now. A lot of that is harvesting now. You know, you're able to bring in your first crop here, and you're seeing that is good. It's making you happy because you've put in a lot of effort. You've put in a lot of love. You've put in a lot of sweat and tears and everything else. And to see that it comes out like this, just overflowing with abundance, overflowing with happiness and contentment and fulfillment, is really just good for you, Sagittarius. So this is a good place to start for this full moon. And I think that you know, with the Queen of Swords and the Tower, you know, everything is coming up you. It's coming up Sag. But the moon is asking you to still be vigilant, okay? Still be vigilant, because there's still some more that you might have to address. There might be something that comes up that might be unprecedented. It might not be bad, you know, it might not be a bad thing. It just might be, it might be something you didn't expect, but it might be something that is going to help you transition. It's going to help you move on. And the reason why you can have this Tower and not be worried about it and not be like concerned about it is that there's all this, okay? So this is kind of what you want to focus on, the happiness, the creativity, the overflowing of abundance, so that when you do encounter the unexpected stuff, the unprecedented stuff, maybe even like someone, you know, maybe you're you know, you're riding high and someone comes along and tries to, I don't know, just knock you down a peg. Could be, you know, like you realizing that there might be someone in your life that's just not in your favor, or, you know, and that's kind of one of those things, is that you'll have to enact that Queen of Swords energy, because the Queen of Swords, she knows what she wants, but she does not suffer fools, okay? And you shouldn't either, because you've worked hard to get to where you are. You've done the work, okay? You've released a lot so that you can move forward and that you can embrace this. So whatever this revelation, whatever this moment is for you, you're going to be able to handle it because you have a greater sense of what you want, who you are, what you're looking for, what you're going to put up with, you know. So allow the goodness of the Ten of Cups, the goodness of the Seven of Pentacles, like having your material in order, having your emotions in order, getting your mind right, getting it over the tumultuous river of worry and fear and all that. And when you cross that river and you see how far you've come, and it's quite a bit, so you're just not going to let anybody stand in the way of that. There's nobody that's going to be able to bring you down from that, no matter how hard they try. And there's no situation that's going to occur that's going to knock you off your pedestal. And really, a lot of times when we have huge leaps, we get tests. You know, the universe tests us, and that's just one of those things. It's just making sure that you are ready, making sure that you're prepared, and you are. So anything that comes up, don't let it get in your head, don't let it get under your skin. Just move through it, push through, and know that, you know, this is your time, Sag. This is your time. You know, the fire is lit under your butt, and it's you know, it's just time to just soar. So I hope this was helpful, Sag. Happy full moon, Capricorn. Welcome to your full moon reading. I'm going to shuffle the cards, pull out 5 cards, and we're going to ask, you know, what is the full moon illuminating for you? What are you now seeing? What are you now working on? What are you harvesting this full moon and full harvest moon? And how can you use the full moon energies to progress? Alright, Cappy, Capricorn. Please make sure you go check out the Capricorn October 2020 reading. Just posted those the other day. Okay, alright, full moon. First I'm going to show you the cards. We have the Tower. We have the Empress. We have the Chariot. 7 of Cups. And the High Priestess. Okay, full moon is illuminating something for you, something that you might not have been aware of before. And it's going to require your addressing it and not going into fear, not going into reaction, but remembering who you are, remembering your worth, remembering that you're awesome and it doesn't matter what comes up, you can handle it. And really, it's not even, I don't see that anything coming up is necessarily a negative. It's more just like showing you what might be stagnant and needs to be kind of cut away from your situation, because all you're going to be doing is this, galloping forwards, moving forwards at a breakneck pace. So yeah, this might be something that happens that kind of triggers that, to where you're like, okay, we're done with that. Scratch it. We're done. We have some more ideas. We have some other ideas, and regardless, we're going to keep pushing forward. And so, you know, this might be more of just like a test for you. But it's not a test to try to mess you up. It's a test to show you how far you've come, and to show you your progress, and to show you, okay, where exactly can you push forward now? Where can you inch forward now? The moon is also kind of illuminating right now that there's a lot going on. There's a lot of illusions. There's a lot of there might be some things that you originally you're like hanging on to still, that you really want and you really kind of fantasize about, but it might not be exactly what is needed right now. But you'll see that, because this will push you into that. The Tower and the Chariots are going to push you into this. So reevaluating, dropping into the heart space and be like, what do I really want? Because there's all of these things that I could choose right now. All of these things I could go into right now. What is it that's really going to help me? What's really real here? And like Capricorns, you like to keep it real. So, you know, it's going to be important for you to do that assessment. And it's all going to require High Priestess energy, getting into your intuition, getting into your feels, even doing like, you know, pros and cons, you know, and, you know, it might not be something that you really have to dig. It might already really be there on the surface, because this pushed it to the surface. You know, whatever is going on is floating right on top there, so it's pretty easy to see. And, you know, you've been there, done that. You know, you're the ruler of your life. You kind of already really know what this is. But once you get those forces moving, once you get the cart moving in that direction, you're going to see it so much more clearly. The illusions, you know, the fantasies are going to be so much more pronounced that you're like, okay, I see where I might have possibly been looking at it in the wrong way, or possibly looking at it in a way that just wasn't realistic. And let's bring it back down to realistic. Let's be the authority, and let's rise above the drama. Let's rise above the bull crap, and really get to the nitty gritty of what I want, what I have, what I can work with here. And then from there, you know, there's no limit, you know what I mean? But it just all requires you to actually literally see what the moon is trying to reveal to you, and be like, okay, I get it, I see it, you know, let the trigger come in, let the, you know, whatever it is that's trying to show itself, reveal itself to you fully without fear. You know, just take it in stride, you know, and push through it, move through it, you know, push through those blocks, push through that adversity, to really see what you're dealing with, to really know what to do next. Okay, so that was your full moon, Capricorn. I hope that was helpful. Hey there, Aquarius, happy full moon. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. I'm going to lay out 5 cards, and we're going to ask, what is this full moon in Aries illuminating for me? What is this full harvest moon bringing into my life? What am I harvesting? And how can I use that? How can I use those energies to push forward to be where I want to be? Be sure to go check out the October 2020 reading for Aquarius. Hold on, sorry. Stop. Make your bed. Okay, Aquarius, your cards are 7 of Swords, 4 of Cups, 9 of Wands, stop, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Wands. So 2 Queen energies. That's crazy. That's wonderful, because the first couple of cards are, you know, a little indicating, like, you know, that you're kind of going through a rough patch. You know, you might be really irritated about something, or you might be exhausted about something. You might be like not sure whether you can keep going forward, whether you can do it again. And this is asking you, yes you can, absolutely you can. Because you're the queen of your own life, you decide what goes, and you're also nurturing yourself. So you might have had to say no to somebody recently. You might have had to let someone down recently, or someone might have been acting out in your midst, and you might have had to lay down the law a little bit. That might have caused a little bit of just kind of worry that whatever is going on, it's just not, it's not good. You're just I don't want to see anymore, hear anymore. I'm so you were kind of in that, coming into the month with sort of a detached and sort of bothered and just don't really want to deal with it sort of energy, and a lot of people might be looking to you what do I do, how do I do this, because you're always the one in everyone's life who is able to freely give advice. You have a lot of know-how, a lot of information. You're very, very analytical, but recently you might have pulled back from that. You might have been I can't be there for you right now. I can barely even be there for myself. And so that might have caused some tension in your life. It might have caused some feelings of you just can't get away from it, you can't escape it, it's everywhere you go, it's something else. And this moon is really asking you to hang in there, keep trying, keep pushing forward. Sometimes you have to go against the grain in life. Sometimes you have to do something that not everybody else is doing. Maybe everyone else is just following the trend, and you have to break the mold, because that's basically the only way that you're going to be able to operate. You just have to do things your way. You have to, and you also might have to go back and reanalyze and meditate and reassess and kind of figure out where you stand from there. So the moon is kind of illuminating that for you. It's you're in this sort of stalemate. You do feel a little stuck. However, you're not actually stuck. You actually are the queen. You actually do know what you want in life. You do know what you need. So this is all about just persevering and knowing that you have it in you to get through whatever it is that you're going through. This month might exhaust you. This month might be a little challenging for you, but you will get through it, because you have that solid foundation and you have that inner strength. And whatever it is, everyone has to go through this. It's called growth. It's called trial by crucible. So just hang in there. Stick to your guns. Stay true to yourself, and that's going to be the most important thing for you to get through whatever it is that you might be facing at this time. Because we're all kind of we're all in a weird place here. We don't really know what is going to happen next, and so a lot of the slowdown in our world, in our outer world, has forced us to really get serious about our inner world. We've really had to stop and literally face what's going on with us, what's going on inside of us. And that's kind of what you're having to do. You don't really like doing that. I mean, you're good at giving advice, you're good at helping people all day long, but when it comes to helping yourself, it comes to nurturing yourself, it's a little bit more of a challenge. But this moon is telling you it's going to be absolutely necessary to do that. It's going to be absolutely necessary to really, really know what you want and be willing to kind of be stubborn in getting it, and to also self-nurture, pull back from others, whatever it is you got to do to self-care right now, Aquarius. So I hope that was helpful. Hey Pisces, happy full moon. Then go ahead and shuffle your cards, lay out 5 cards, and we're asking, what is the full moon illuminating for us? What is the full fire moon, the full harvest moon bringing into our lives? What are we harvesting? How can we harness this energy? And please go watch the October 2020 reading for Pisces. A lot of great insights there as well. Okay, Pisces. We got the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups. Oops. We have the King of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Emperor. Okay. So, alright. So the full moon, looks like the full moon is, it's kind of highlighting how far you've come a little bit. You know, you are feeling like, you know, you're kind of feeling homey, kind of, you know, I don't want to say motherly, but, you know, just, you know, you are the mother. Or you are mothering someone, you're mothering yourself, or you are really enjoying your abundance, enjoying your wealth, your prosperity. So, you know, you're kind of sitting in that, but sometimes, you know, too much of a good thing can yield to being a little misinformed or being just a little confused even, and that's where the Seven of Cups comes in. You know, you might be a little confused as to what you're supposed to do next. So it's all well and good to be fine with you know, sitting and meditating and being sort of in the receptive mode, but you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what's my next move as far as what I'm putting out into the world. And so I see the King of Cups coming in either as like someone in your life who's going to help you reconnect to what you're supposed to be doing, like your purpose, or you're reconnecting yourself to your overarching purpose, and you're trying to figure out how you can use your creative talents in the world. Like how are you going to use your innate talents, your creativity, your spark? How are you going to turn that into something that you can then put out into the world, and it you know, becomes like you know, it becomes your thing, right? It becomes your and a lot of that has to do with letting go of the past. Okay, you have to let go of past disappointments. It's going to be really important to let go of you know, what happened to you in the past, to not keep going through it in your head over and over and over again, because what you're really working on towards the end of this year is the Emperor energy. Okay, you're really working on being sovereign, being the authority in your life, being able to call the shots in your life. You know, before you might have sat, I'm not saying the Queen of Pentacles is passive, but the energy I'm getting is that you might have sat by and just wanted life to kind of enter into your situation and kind of throw something in your lap, and that might not be as realistic. Okay, like, you're a dreamer, you know, you're a fantasizer, and while all of those things are great for you know, your creative pursuits, it's great to dream, it's great to imagine, just watch that, you know, it doesn't become that you don't become entrenched in that to the point where you're not actually dealing with possible past hurt or sorrow that might be holding you back. Okay, so, you know, you might be taking a more passive stance, and that you want life to just kind of throw it at you, and then whatever it is, your purpose will find you, kind of thing. And that all stems from past hurts, you know, past disappointments, past sorrow, past grief. It might have been overwhelming, and it might have been like you went out to get something, you were a go-getter at that point, you got burned, and so it just became easier to just sit back and kind of, you know, enter into, I don't want to say la la land because that sounds horrible, but you just kind of entered your fantasy land, and your fantasy land is everything works out, and it's just, you know, you don't really even have to do anything. You just, and you really do. You actually do have to take an active role in your life. You have to decide, you have to take care of stuff, you have to be willing to move forward in life. It's not easy for us Pisces because, you know, I'm a Pisces, like, we just want to just chill, you know, a lot of the time we want to chill, we want to receive, we want to have intuitive insights, we want to dream, we want to fantasize and all this other stuff, which is great because that's great to put towards your creative endeavors. But this is actually, King of Cups is actually literally taking your creativity and putting it out into the world in a way, like either a marketable way, or you know, you're actually gonna go out and share that with others, not just hope that others come by to get it from you, you know. You know, if life was that easy, you know, we wouldn't have awesome things. We wouldn't have great music. We wouldn't have great, you know, beautiful architecture. You know, there would be so many things that we just wouldn't have if people just stayed in fantasy and just stayed in that passive sort of role. And sometimes there is a time to be passive. There is a time to be, you know, to be more hermity and to hole up in your own space and just, you know, you don't have to even worry about the world. And there's time for that. Absolutely there is. But this moon is saying that you need to watch how your past disappointments are now coloring your present. You know, that maybe you're afraid to go out and do something or get something or experience something because you went out to do that before and you got burned, and that sort of created a complex that you don't even think about. It's subconscious, really. But this is telling you, the moon is telling you, no, you know, you actually have to participate in your life. You actually have to do the work. Do the work. It's not always easy, right? But in the end, it will be worth it. You will feel like $1,000,000 when you take charge of your life, you take the reins of your life, and you direct it. You direct your creativity. You direct all that intuitive power into something real, and create something real. You know, step out of illusion and into reality, and bring some of that illusion with you. Pisces are great at bridging the, you know, the spiritual and the spiritual and the creative realms, and bringing that over and sharing it with the physical world, with the real world. And we really are, we really do serve that purpose in the world. So, but you know, it's not easy for us to do that, but it is time for us to take charge. You know, what do you want? Literally, what do you want? Not what, like, oh, the universe will just show me. No, what do you literally want? What do you want to see? How do you want your life to be? Yeah, so that's your reading, Pisces. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. Alright, that was the full moon in Aries, a full harvest moon, October 1st, full moon. I will be seeing you again with the new moon reading, new moon in Taurus sometime, you know, a couple weeks from now, and then we're gonna have a full moon in, I don't even know, but it's a full moon on October 31st, so that's cool, full blue moon. But anyway, please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you want to let me know how this reading helped you. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.